explain about the JavaScript. In this JavaScript, there are four types, the four pillars are nothing but variables, functions, arrays, loops, and objects. Today, I'm going to explain one by one. Variables. Variables are nothing but the containers. Whenever we want to store the value, we should assign those values into a variable. Variable is nothing but a box that holds a value whichever we want to store that. Whenever we use that value, we call that variable. We get the value through that variable name. Is nothing but identifier. Types of declarations of variables. There are three types. One is variable, var, let, constant. Var is used whenever we want to redeclaration allows. That means I will show you an example. Initially, it gives the output JavaScript. Next, now it gives no error because it allows the redeclaration. But the let keyword does not allow the redeclaration. Example, we show in the code. It shows an error, the redeclaration. But the redeclaration allows in the block of code. Example, it will run. It belongs to another block. It belongs to certain block. So we can differ the let and where keywords in JavaScript by this example. Next one is constant. Whenever we wish to the variable value should be final until the program executed is nothing but we use a constant keyword. Rules to write variable names in JavaScript. Variable names contains alphabets, numbers, dollar symbol, underscore symbol, and the variable name should not start with numbers, and the variable names should start with the underscore, dollar symbols, and alphabets. JavaScript is a case sensitive language, so name is different. Capital N name is different from small n name. And then we are going to learn about arrays. Arrays is nothing but collection of similar type of elements or different type of elements in a sequence manner is nothing but arrays. In JavaScript, arrays allows different data type datas also. There are three ways to arrays in JavaScript by array literal, by creating instance of arrays directly using new keyword, array constructors. Array literal. The syntax of creating array using array literal is given below. Variable array name. Directly we should assign the values. As you see, the values are contained inside are separated by commas. Next, array directly new keyword. When we want to initialize an array without giving the values initially, we should use arrays. We should use new keyword. Then the JavaScript array constructor new keyword is used explicitly. Next, there are certain methods which are given by the JavaScript language itself. Predefined methods are nothing but concat. When we want to merge two arrays into a single array, we should use concat. It appends the second array to the first array. Next, copy within. When we want to copy one array to the new array, suppose we have one array and we should want same those type of values into another array. We should use copy within. Similarly, those entries also. Functions are nothing but a block of code. It performs whenever we call. It it have some specific task to do perform. Advantages of functions are nothing but in any programming language it is used to code modularity and reusability and memory efficiency. Examples: code reusability, less coding. In this, function syntax. Functions are declared in JavaScript with function keyword, function name, and arguments. The JavaScript allows zero arguments or any number of arguments, and in the block of code to be executed. When what we write in these in the between the parentheses, it will execute whenever we call the function with function name. And then objects are nothing but real world entity. When we talk in the basis of OOP, it is nothing but combination of data and methods. Objects are used to increase the security of the program of the code. Creating objects is three types. By object literal, directly we should create an object and we should assign values by key or value. Key 2, value 2. Key 3, value 3, and so on, key n, value n. By using instance of objects there, new keyword, it is similar to that of arrays. But here we have key and then value, but there we have only values. Next, objects are created. Some example: when student is joined, we should have those the student details, student name, roll number, and then marks, percentage, name, village, phone number, and so on. We should store those information, those kind of information by using objects. It will create explicitly also by using keywords this and new. Loops. Loops are used to execute a certain code repeatedly until a certain condition falls. There are five types of loops: for loop, while loop, do while loop, for in loop, for off loop. For loop is used when the number of iterations we know before the program is used for loop. While loop is used when we don't know the number of iterations. We know just the condition. Next, the do while loop. Do while loop is nothing but exit control loop. If the condition is false, but the loop will execute once. For in loop is used to print the values in the objects. For in loop is used to decrease the memory because it does not increment any value. The object values are assigned to that variable and the variable should print the values present in the objects. And the while loop, do while loop, and for in loop, the syntaxes. And one more thing is nothing but for off loop. For off loop is similar to that of for in loop. Thank you.